What's up everyone, welcome to my channel again. And today we're going to answer a very frequent question that I've been asked recently. Well, a lot of you have been asking me about whether you should get a Myvi or Persona. Specifically the 2019 Myvi or the 2019 Persona. So before we start today's video, click the subscribe button and follow my Instagram page @TheManualDriver. Well, Myvi and Persona, can they really compare? Well, in fact, you can, because both are the same segment. Both are the B segment subcompact car. One is a hatchback, one is a sedan. There's really nothing about comparing a hatchback and a sedan. It's like comparing a Civic to a Golf. Well, Civic you can get a hatchback or a sedan. Golf you can get a hatchback or a wagon. So Persona and Myvi, which one is better? Well, let me tell you, neither of them are better. They are just something Myvi is better, something Persona is better. So I've compiled a list of comparison between the Persona and Myvi. So first of all, space. Well, first, both cars are the same segment, but the space is different. Persona has more space on the boot, so you can fit more things. And if you are a family person, you can sit up to 5 people and put all their luggage in the back, no problem. And for Myvi, the back of course is much smaller because it is a hatchback, but the cabin is a lot bigger. In Persona, I don't know about other people, but for me, I feel the Persona is quite cramped, even for the front. And for Myvi, I think it's okay, it's good. And the back seat especially is very big. Then for quality, well, I look at the quality, all the button, and it's the same as Myvi. And it's the same, they can be compared with Japanese car. Next, about reliability. Well, reliability is not something that you can comment on if you don't drive the car, if you don't own the car. So for me, about the Persona, well, 2 years, everything is still good. The button is still solid. While for Perodua, I'm not sure about Myvi, but for Asia, a different car, I seen on my friends, the reliability of the internal buttons and rubber are not good. They only last for a few months, and they start to wear off. The thing become not solid anymore, and the thing like drop off. So for Asia, the reliability is not good. For Myvi, I'm not sure. Next, features. Well, for Persona, if you get the lowest variant, you get all your needs, and if you go for the highest variant, you get your wants. And for Myvi, well, from the lowest variant, you already get the push start button. The features are very fancy. And if you go to the highest variant, it even have the touch and go thing, the automatic braking, everything. So for features wise, Myvi is more fancy. And for Persona, it's more of what you need. Then for economy, well, based on my experience with my friends, Persona has a very good economy in city driving. And the economy improve a bit if you go to highway. While for Myvi, it is an EEV car, so it should be more economy. Well, most of that because of the engine. The engine is not that powerful, so by nature it consumes less fuel. Next, about the price. Well, in general, Proton will have a cheaper price compared to Perodua. In fact, if minus the tax, both cars are more expensive. Better get a Japanese car if you don't live with tax, but we live in tax. And I feel that Proton is more cheaper compared to Perodua because Proton has a lot of R&D on it. The Campro is their own engine. They have to spend money on researching the engine. And as I said earlier on, the engine is well designed with a lot of friction reduced in the latest enhancement, the VVT variant. So it has a lot of R&D on it. Of course, there is also Lotus tuning and the CVT. Those are research, they spend money on it. And for Perodua, well, most of the technology are borrowed from Toyota, so they can actually sell the car in cheaper price, but their price are quite similar to Proton. That's why I feel Proton is cheaper. And for the technology, well, I know Proton has a lot of R&D, but they are outdated. While the engine inside the Proton Persona is a single VVT engine, the only technology it has is the VVT. So it is actually quite outdated. It doesn't have any fancy technology on it, but it is well designed. And then for Myvi, well, their engine has a lot of technology on it. It is not running on auto cycle like the rest of the car is. It is running on Atkinson cycle, a special engine, and it has 2 VVT module on the engine. It's a dual VVTi. So Myvi has far more technology compared to Proton. And talking about engine, what about the power? Well, I would say Proton Persona is very powerful because the stock tire, the Silverstone, is not a good tire anyway. It can't withstand the torque produced by the engine, the 150 Newton meters. And it even will spin when I change my gear from second to third if I'm doing a full throttle pull. So I would say the power is more than enough. And for the Myvi, yeah, it is underpowered. It doesn't run on the same engine as the previous Myvi, which a lot of you say is a supercar. I do agree, Myvi is very fast. But it's not the same engine. The newer engine produces less power. And by the time I test drive the car, I feel underpowered also, compared to the Persona. Next, stability. Well, as I say, Proton Persona does tighten the steering if you go faster, and it has a Lotus tune suspension, so it is very stable. Also depends on how you drive it. You have to brake at the correct point, you have to release the brake at the correct point, then you get a very stable cornering. By the way, I'll talk about the Lotus tuning on this car on upcoming video. Then for the Myvi, well, it is pretty basic. It is like any other car. It doesn't have any tuning on it. Next, about the safety features. Well, Myvi has a lot of fancy features like the autonomous braking, ASA, all those things. And those things are smart enough to keep you safe. But for Persona, of course, it doesn't have those fancy smart features. But it has the HPF body framework. The body is hard enough to keep you alive. Well, HPF is not a fancy features, nothing to show off about. Most of the other cars have. I mean, all of the cars have it. But the thing is, Perodua doesn't have that kind of material to build their car. And for the second value, well, let me tell you, you don't care about the second value. You buy a car, you use the car. Don't care about the second value. But if you really want to know, Myvi will have a better second-hand value. Simply because Malaysia don't like Proton. This is a fact. It's the same as why Americans don't like their Ford. Because nobody loves locals car. So I hope you find this video informative. Click the like if you like it, and comment if you want to say anything. If you haven't, click the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video.